What's good in the interwebs, subscribers? And welcome back to Drama with Ted and Tina. I, Ted, will be your host narrator in part 5 of this cheating saga. Just when you think the emotional fallout is cooling down, the past shows up with a golf club, a therapy bill, and a diamond bracelet no one asked for. In this chapter, we see what happens when apologies come late, explanations come twisted, and your ex-wife starts calling herself names you hadn't even thought of yet. It's not forgiveness, it's not revenge, it's just what's next. Let's get into it. Emily, my attorney advised me to explain, clearly and finally, why reconciliation is impossible. Not to offer closure for either of us, but to strip away the illusion that anything we had can be salvaged. So I'll give it to you straight. Equal parts truth, grief, and scorched earth. Love, by definition, means loyalty, protection, honesty, and respect. It means valuing someone's well-being above your convenience, comfort, or ego. That's what I gave you, every single day, even when I was exhausted, confused, and holding the pieces of our life together while you were out desecrating it. I was the man who stood by you, believed in you, and trusted you blindly. You didn't just betray that, you monetized it. Let's not sanitize this with therapy language or spiritual euphemisms. You conducted a 9-month affair with another man, slept with him, kissed me afterward, lied with your whole chest, spent his money to build a fantasy life with me while pretending nothing was wrong. That wasn't a mistake. That was a business model. You became an emotional fraudster wearing a wedding ring like a marketing gimmick. You weaponized affection, orchestrated deception, and performed love like a part-time job with benefits. And no, your post-nup, your therapy receipts, your let me fix it all. Hail Marys don't move the needle. They're just acts in a play that already closed. You keep asking what you can do to make it right, like this is a broken plate you can glue together. You're not hearing me. You didn't break a thing. You broke a person. The man you married, you killed him. You buried him under fake orgasms and department store lingerie and text messages that read like love letters to your own destruction. Said you didn't enjoy it. Cool. You want a medal for hating the sex you still had anyway? You want applause for the regret that only kicked in once you got caught? That's not remorse. That's damage control. You had a 9-month head start on honesty and only found your conscience when the GPS led me straight to your bullshit. I know you want to believe this was just a stupid affair, but let's be brutally honest here. It wasn't just infidelity. It was exploitation. You sold intimacy. Ours. To keep your career afloat. And you did it all while smiling across from me at dinner, telling me you loved me. You gaslit me, manipulated me, and then expected me to thank you for still coming home. You want to help now? Great. Sign the affidavit. Testify that John knew, encouraged, and funded the affair. Not for me, for Lisa. For the wife of the man you helped desecrate another family. You're not my partner anymore. You're a biohazard wrapped in perfume. You're not a memory. I've seen memories that don't make me nauseous. You're a cautionary tale that I'll be warning future me about anytime someone looks too perfect to question. So here's the part you need to sit with. I'm not punishing you by refusing to reconcile. I'm protecting what's left of me. You gave away my trust like it was a Black Friday doorbuster, and now you're crying that it's out of stock. I'm not the villain in your redemption arc. I'm just the poor bastard who believed the trailer and didn't realize I was watching a horror film. This divorce is happening. There is no path back. There is no alternate ending where we rebuild. I'm not patching drywall over a foundation that's already collapsed. Direct all future communication through your attorney. Take care of yourself, Emily. I hope you heal, but I won't be part of the process. My lawyer signed off on the letter. I handwrote it, sealed it, and sent it with a courier to Emily's parents' house. Delivery confirmed, mission accomplished. Since then, nothing. Absolute radio silence, which is honestly a relief. The only ripple in the still water came from my mother-in-law texting me that Emily received the letter and has been crying her eyes out. I didn't respond. What am I supposed to say? Tell her she missed a spot? I'm not trying to be cruel. I just don't have room left in my head or inbox for more of her feelings. That letter wasn't for reconciliation or guilt relief. It was a boundary, signed and delivered. I needed her to read every word that explained with zero ambiguity that I am done. I am not a detour on her healing journey. I am the exit sign she blew past while texting her affair partner from a hotel spa. She can cry, scream, journal, or build a vision board about her mistakes, but she's not bringing it back to me. I mailed closure. She can frame it. The final settlement offer went out to Emily and her attorney. It's more or less the same framework we've stood by. No spousal support, no claims on each other's retirement funds, a 50/50 split on our joint accounts. Which stings, considering the investment accounts, but my lawyer and I let it slide to keep things moving. At-fault adultery stays locked into the official record. She'll reimburse $10.00 to the emergency fund and $15.00 as her share of the fraud-based credit card charges, which my lawyer assures me is the polite legal way of saying, "You spent our money at Hotel Cheaterton." I agreed to give up any claim to her business, even though it was partly funded with marital money. In exchange, she waives any claim to my dad's house. There's more. Household stuff, property, the holy grail of legal warfare, the throw pillows. But she's too late for the real prize. The bathroom trash can with my stress puke. It's gone. She had her chance. And for the doubters saying this is fake because no lawyer would let you write a breakup letter, allow me to explain it slowly. Emily refused to acknowledge the divorce and kept lobbing reconciliation grenades. My lawyer said the letter establishes a clear boundary, a legal position that shuts down her emotional tap dancing and streamlines the case. Emily wasn't negotiating, she was fantasizing about a reboot. The letter killed that hope in a way lawyers respect. It showed the court I was consistent in rejecting reconciliation and forced her to stop treating the divorce like a group therapy session. Her attorney and therapist have been working together, apparently, to help her reach closure. My letter served both legal and emotional purposes. For her, a final rejection to process. For me, a way to slam the door and legally bolt it shut. Divorce attorneys in my state use tactics like this when a spouse won't let go. If that offends your Reddit-based legal education, go argue with the Bar Association. Meanwhile, I'll be over here not spending another $300.00 to have my lawyer write, "He said no," again. On the health front, things took a turn. I've been off the grid because I've been engaged in a gastrointestinal war. Pretty sure I've got food poisoning. My internal organs have activated full riot protocol. Everyone out, use both exits. I've been living in the bathroom like it's a fallout shelter. Meanwhile, my mother-in-law says Emily is enrolled in an intensive outpatient program for her anxiety and depression. She works during the day, then goes to treatment in the evenings. Her parents and attorney arranged it together. Good for them. If I were writing a revenge fantasy, Emily would be the one vomiting in public while I walked away in designer sunglasses with a harem of emotionally stable supermodels. But no, this is real life, where I'm the one hugging the toilet like it owes me money. Honestly, if this were fiction, I'd at least get the cool final line. But instead, I get explosive food poisoning and a sympathy casserole from a woman whose daughter set my life on fire. Hollywood, this ain't. Emily's now enrolled in an intensive outpatient program, not a padded wall asylum, more like a collection of cozy residential homes dressed up as therapy hubs. She works during the day, heads there around 5, stays until 10, and returns to her parents' house by midnight. Mother's Day came and went. I watched The Princess Bride in honor of my mom and sent my mother-in-law a houseplant with a card. I also called her and let her know I'd be moving back into my dad's place to do some repairs. Apparently, we're ripping out perfectly good wood floors to install vinyl planks because my dad's got Airbnb fever now. His friend won't shut up about it, so we're turning the house into a remote-controlled rental fortress, complete with a smart lock and a ring cam. It makes sense. I might not live there forever. All of Emily's things and any trace of our photos have been boxed up and delivered back to her. I plan to rearrange the furniture so the layout doesn't feel like a shrine to our failed marriage. Someone online said it helps. It sounded right. I'll replace the bed, too. IKEA, Walmart, whatever Dad wants. Rent's ridiculous where I'd prefer to live, so if Emily keeps respecting boundaries, I might make this place work again. She hasn't shown up at my job or tried anything weird lately. She and my mother-in-law have just been quietly dropping off groceries. Respectful distance, I guess. That's the closest thing to peace we've had in a while. Lisa added me to a group chat with her friends. I've never said a word in it, so I doubt they know I'm there. It's like being an NSA agent with memes. Mostly they clown on John, who's apparently claiming my wife was a jilted side piece, hell-bent on revenge because he wouldn't leave his family. According to his new narrative, he's the noble victim of obsessive infatuation. He even gave Lisa a diamond bracelet for Mother's Day. What a romantic. Nothing says, "I betrayed you and destroyed our marriage," like overpriced jewelry from a man who thinks women are vending machines that dispense forgiveness. Lisa had the kids that weekend. Classic John, reward yourself with a luxury gift during your court-ordered parenting time. His delusion would be funny if it weren't so insulting. In John's world, love isn't a commitment, it's a currency. Lisa's friends are merciless in the chat, and honestly, I get it. Watching him try to manipulate reality to save face is like watching a toddler lie while covered in cookie crumbs. Pathetic. But hey, I guess we all cope how we can. Some people get therapy. John buys bracelets. My father-in-law invited me to the driving range. Not because we're bonding, he just wanted to apologize, old school style, face to face. He handed me a golf club and said, "This is called a driver," like he was introducing me to a sacred relic. 2 buckets of balls later, I had alternated between excavating the turf and performing amateur exorcisms. He laughed so hard he teared up. Then, his tone shifted. He apologized for misjudging me and for his daughter's behavior. After the chuckles faded, he told me about the family therapy sessions with Emily and my mother-in-law. Apparently, Emily grew up chasing approval, only receiving affection when she was perfect. She dated me initially because I seemed like the right kind of boyfriend. Safe, stable, ideal. According to her, she didn't fall in love with me until a year into the relationship. That's supposed to mean something, I guess. I don't know. I always thought love after connection was normal, but apparently for her, love was supposed to arrive as a gift for good behavior. When it didn't, she improvised. Badly. John entered the picture like a twisted mentor with a wallet and no morals. According to my father-in-law, Emily started leaning on John heavily in 2022 when her business was in trouble, financially and emotionally. He started out helping her with small business advice and floating her money to keep things afloat. Then the mentorship turned into errands, then appointments, then secrets. That's when I started noticing John on her calendar. It wasn't long after that when I learned about their professional relationship. At some point, he gave her a credit card, and that's when the line was crossed. She used it for business purchases, and based on the records, that was just the beginning. In therapy, Emily said she knew it was wrong but told herself it was okay because she wasn't asking for the money, it was offered. My father-in-law said Emily even used the word prostitute in therapy, though she dressed it up with technicalities. I laughed. It's like saying, I'm not gay, but if a guy helicopters his junk in front of me, I guess I'm going down. She told them she justified it because I thought she was doing great on her own. And lying while being loved made her feel fake. So she leaned into the fake. So, here's the grand epiphany. She didn't cheat because she stopped loving me. She cheated because she thought she didn't deserve the version of herself I saw, thought she couldn't keep being someone good, so she leaned into being someone awful. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. It doesn't make me feel better. It doesn't change the fact that she chose John, chose lies, chose silence. At least she's calling it what it is now. That's something. Her attorney has our offer. I asked my father-in-law if they've discussed it. He said he'd bring it up, but wasn't sure what he's allowed to say with attorney privilege. I told him that was fair. Honestly, I'm just glad she's finally getting help. That said, there's a weird kind of grief that comes with knowing you were a safe space for someone who couldn't bear to live up to the love you gave them. I never asked her to be perfect. I just asked her to be honest. I guess to her that felt like the same thing. Now I wait, still in limbo, hoping the next update brings resolution instead of more fallout. To answer a bunch of comments at once, the reason I went to the driving range is because my father-in-law wanted to apologize in person. That's it. This isn't the beginning of a new buddy comedy where we travel cross-country solving crimes with emotional baggage and a 7-iron. I'm not hanging out with him again. No texts, no check-ins, no golf sequel. At the end of the night, he shook my hand and said, "Goodbye, son." That was the final chapter. As for my mother-in-law, I've been delaying that goodbye. If you've followed this whole story, you know why. That relationship is on borrowed time, and we both know it. She's been kind to me, kinder than I probably deserved, but I can't keep a line open to a family I need to walk away from. Eventually, I'll cut ties. Not out of anger, but because you can't rebuild yourself while still anchoring to what broke you. It hurts, of course it does. But staying in touch for nostalgia's sake would be like watering a plant I've already uprooted. Some goodbyes are mercy, even if they sting. If you've made it this far, thank you for sticking through the mess with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've ever been offered an apology wrapped in a golf lesson. Stay tuned for part 6, because the paperwork might be ending, but the emotional cleanup, we may just hit the climax.